Jello again. Aaron here from My Turbo Reviews, and today I'd like to sit down and take a good look at Transformers Age of Extinction Power Battler Vehicon. Vehicon's alt mode is a local motors rally fighter, as evidenced by the tampografs on his back and hood. This was a vehicle used by Cemetery Wind in the film, though it was never shown to change into a robot. Headlights and taillights are painted in along with other things, and he actually sports pins in his wheels, just like Transformers used to have. Well, pins on his front wheels anyway. The undercarriage shows a lot of robot parts, but as they're mostly hidden when the vehicle is on all four wheels, it's overlookable. Wait, overlookable? Anywho, alt mode isn't bad for what it is, and I'm giving it a score of 7.5. Vehicon's transformation is rather simple. One step to note is that you have to plug his left shoulder into the socket in order for his gimmick to work in robot mode. 2. His legs transform in that odd way that tells you beforehand that you aren't getting any articulation out of them. Still, it does the job, and I'm giving his transformation a score of 6.5. In robot mode, Vehicon looks rather nice. Head sculpt is a bit on the generic side, though it isn't terrible. Paint apps in this mode reveal two new colors, green and a sort of pinkish purple, and they go quite nicely with the dark color of the unpainted plastic he's made up of. His arms are slightly asymmetrical, as he wields a chainsaw attached to his left arm. This is part of his gimmick, which I'll get into in a bit. All in all, he stands straight and tall, if maybe a bit too straight and tall, and his robot mode gets a score of 7. The one category where this figure falls flat is articulation. That is to say, he hardly has any at all. Movement is entirely in his arms. His right arm can move outward at the shoulder and has a 90-degree rotation forward and back at the elbow. His left arm, the gimmick arm, will rotate forward and back at the shoulder, but only when it's unplugged from the socket. And that's about it for articulation. I suppose you can say that the lower portion of his left arm can rotate, but that's not really going to give him any extra points. Lack of movement nets the figure an articulation score of 4. Vehicon's gimmick is unique among the bots that I own. That isn't to say it's good, but, well, let's take a look. Making sure that the left shoulder is pegged into the socket on the main body, the gimmick is achieved by pressing down on the figure's backpack. This causes the forearm and chainsaw to rotate a sort of half-turn as it rises up 90 degrees. Not too thrilling, I know, but wait, there's more. If you press down quickly and forcefully on the backpack, the forearm splits as it raises, revealing rather ineffectually a gun barrel. This results in a move I like to call floppy chainsaw. Impressed? Me neither. And I give the gimmick a whopping score of 5. Adding up each score and tallying the average nets Vehicon an overall score of 6. Alt and robot modes both aren't bad for what they are, and transformation isn't half bad. Articulation or lack thereof, and an underwhelming gimmick are what ultimately bring this figure down. An easy pass. While this figure does some things marginally right, still, it gets some things majorly wrong. Honestly, I'd say that the only real thing going for Vehicon here is his scarcity. Unfortunately, that isn't nearly enough to make me recommend that anyone run out and get him. Pity, seeing as there are so few Decepticon toys in this line to begin with.
Floppy chainsaw.